A lot of people will say, I want to be rich. All my problems will be solved as soon as I'm rich. But that's just not the case sometimes. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, what's the actual goal in life? What do you actually want? And how do I get there? And that's what we're going to figure out today. We're going to figure out how to get to the goals that you want. To do that, I'm going to use a vision board. So what is a vision board? It's essentially just a place where you put a bunch of images and it describes the feeling or the emotion that you're trying to accomplish or get to in the future. And for businesses, this isn't something that you think about a lot because usually with businesses, it's just like, okay, you have to be realistic. You have to do the numbers. You have to see and have proof. You have to, just get to work and just work, right? But that's not always the case. I believe that motivation is one of the most difficult things to have. You can't be motivated all the time, so you have to build a system in order for you to succeed. A good way to create a system is to have something to remind you every single day why you're in it, why you're motivated, why you're doing the things that you're doing. And I believe that vision boards, especially the one that I created through the help of My Name is Dea's video, is one of the best things that I've done for myself in order to motivate myself to actually get to the business I want. This is what I created. It's a little bit of a mess, but I think that it's going to serve the purpose that it needs to serve, right? I'm not very artistic, but I love trying new things. I love being crafty, so I created this. The 3 things that Dea puts on this vision board are action, vision, and self. Now, why these 3 things? And why is self the most important one? She says this in her video, but without keeping yourself sane and keeping yourself motivated, you're not going to be able to actually complete the vision and do the action that you need. You have to recharge sometimes, you have to relax sometimes, and sometimes it's not going to be enough just to try really hard. If you're not completely 100% there in terms of your mental and spiritual state, you sometimes won't be able to output the correct amount of effort and you'll just be running around yourself in circles. So we talked about starting with vision, and vision is really important. The first thing that we put on the vision board for the vision portion of it was 3 images of what success in your business looks like. And for me, I think that having a decent amount of savings and having a lot invested so that you can choose what you do with your day is one of the things that I think is really important for businesses, because it's not about just making as much money as you possibly can. It's about spending less than you make. Now, that might not seem like that good of a metric. Spending less than you make isn't really that crazy. Like, you could be making $2,000 a month, a freaking year, and as long as you spend less than that, that's like technically a successful business. But let's be reasonable here, right? My number for most things and my goal, I would say, is 100,000. After 100,000 subscribers, after 100,000 in the bank, I feel like I can start actually taking a lot of good steps towards getting to goals that I want. Purchasing a home, maybe moving to Japan for a little bit, starting my own family, things like that. Like, I feel like a decent amount of success would come from me reaching these metrics. Having a vision board here and knowing that, this is the goal that I'm working towards, and I'm going to be able to see this every day because I'm going to leave it right here, is just something that's really important and, something you can still add to, right? So just talking about the 3 images of what success in my business would look like, it would be having $100,000 saved, it would be having over 100,000 subscribers, having a platform, right? And then being able to work wherever I want in the world, being able to travel, being able to move from place to place, and be able to work with a team. Here's an image of me and my team members, and this is going to kind of lead into the next thing. How do you want your business to feel? So a feeling is a very specific thing. If you're in one situation versus another person, they're going to feel a completely different way, or just like can interpret things in a completely different way no matter what, right? So what I want is a place where you can work on things and innovate on things and just be somebody who has their own agency in their own company. I don't like the idea of having a worker or somebody who works with me who is going to be like my subordinate or somebody that like I manage. I really have a lot of trust in other people, I would say, maybe to my not to my benefit, I believe that like having an inclusive and like open space where, as long as somebody is really passionate and actually wants to do work, like I don't have to micromanage them and actually go in and, help them out. I know that the work that they're going to be doing is going to be great. And I've worked with a lot of people who are like that. And you can just tell as soon as you start working with somebody that they're going to be able to get stuff done. And like, that's what the kind of vibe that I want to go with it as well. I want it to be like, this is a coffee shop that I do a lot of work at. The people there, they all seem to be like very smart. smart and doing work and, actually accomplishing things. When I'm at the coffee shop and I'm seeing people work and I'm like, interacting with the people there, like I can tell that, these are the type of people and this is the type of vibe that I want to go for. People who are innovating, people who are getting better, people who are improving their skills just consistently. The next thing that Dea said to include on this vision board was 3 to 5 messages from customers or people who have used your services before. Now, I haven't started my business yet, but I am starting a course. If you're interested, please sign up at the link below. I'm trying to teach you how to communicate better as an engineer and to improve your skills as a communicator in general. That's the Excellence in Engineering communication course. So this is a comment from my last video or one of my videos on Jack Stauber. Okay, you're probably the most underrated YouTuber in the entire platform. Like seriously, how the quality is insane and I don't even need to know in advance how much the video to know that it's a million subscriber worthy. OMG, I'm gonna be a frequent commenter because your content is awesome. Keep it up or else. I really love the keep it up or else. It's funny that you're threatening somebody to continuously make videos, but that video really put a good smile on my face. That comment put a good smile on my face, and it's definitely something I think about. It's like, well, I gotta keep making videos or else this person's gonna be really mad, And I always get this, you've seen the type of person to be an entrepreneur from a lot of people. When I have conversations with people about the things they want to do, the businesses, like I always say that like starting a business is something that I've always wanted to try out and like give a shot. And everybody's like, yeah, that's like exactly what I would expect you to do with your future. You know what I mean? And I have started small businesses before. I've sold posters on Etsy for a little while. You can check me out at a live company on Etsy. And, here's a comment from one of my buyers. The poster arrived safely. It was of great quality. It got stuck in transit and the seller was quick to resolve and reply to the questions I had. And it arrived the next day. My brother loved his gift. And just things like that, being able to serve and actually provide somebody a good service makes me genuinely really happy. I love teaching people. I love providing really good, valuable service. I mean, my dad's a plumber. I included this over here. Yeah, it makes me really happy to help people. And I know that plumbing isn't exactly my calling, but I know that helping people is. And the best way that I can do that is through YouTube and through supporting you guys. So if you're interested and want to learn more, just please give a follow and leave a like on this video so that I can keep helping you guys out. So just to wrap things up with the vision portion of this, I included a little schedule showing that like this is the schedule that I would expect myself to have. Obviously, like I've never worked not 9 to 5 before in my life. So I'm like, I just throw 9 to 5 on here with, meetings with my team, being able to communicate and like actually get up from my desk a lot of the time. And, I also included jujitsu and going to the gym because I really want to prioritize health more. But, spending time in the gym is something that I need to get better at. So I hope to get better at it in the future. All right, so let's go to the action portion of it. So this one you can actually see 3 to 5 images of what you'll need to do in order to get to what you want, right? And so what I want is 100,000 subscribers. I want $100,000 in profit. What I need to do is, first of all, cancel out distractions. And I put a picture of a phone here, and I thought that it would convey that I should use my phone less, but I forgot to put an X in it. So I am somebody who gets very distracted by content online. I love watching long YouTube videos. I love watching movies. I try my best not to, completely get engaged with them and actually get other work done while I'm watching the videos. But it usually doesn't end up too well. I mean, I literally procrastinated this video because I wanted to rewatch Princess Bride. Inconceivable! And that's just because I was on TikTok or YouTube the other day getting Princess Bride shorts in my feed. And like, I didn't have to. I wanted to. And it distracted me a little bit, but I'm still going to get this work done. So, if I can just distract myself less, if I can get to my goals faster, I'm certain that I'll be able to get to my, final goals quicker. And another thing I need to do is post more. So posting is something that I used to be really afraid of. I've been like on the internet trying to post things like for the past maybe 4 or 5 years. I used to have a channel that did pretty decent. And then, I stopped because I got like nervous or embarrassed. But I know that just posting and just being able to like put yourself out there is something that's really important. I mean, one of my favorite content creators, Higher Up Wellness, he really talks about this a lot. Like every single post you make is an opportunity to become better or just to like get better. And that's what I'm doing with these videos. And that's what I'm doing on my social media as well. So if you're interested, just please check out my TikTok right here, a live company on everything. Another thing that I need to do in order to get to the goals that I want to do is talk to more people. I feel like I really struggle with communicating that I'm a content creator in general. Like I haven't really gone public with content or what I do on YouTube with my family or my friends. A lot of people know that I do this, but I haven't really like broadcasted it on my platforms or like who's like my main network is. That's mainly because I feel like it's not necessary for me to do that. I definitely want to create as good of a product for anybody out there. I'm not trying to like cater to them. And when you have like eyes on you and you're constantly thinking about what one person that you know in real life might think about the thing that you're making, it can kind of hinder you from making the content that you want to make. Because as Dea puts it, you got to make content for yourself first. And this would be the type of video that I would want to watch. So I'm just going to be making content the way that I want it without holding myself back. You might see a picture of strawberries here and be confused. This was actually from the time I went to an event for Oishi strawberries. This kind of just demonstrates an action that I need to take that is, connecting and going to more events. That's something I struggle with as well because I live in a little bit of a farther area from the city. I'm not really around as many creators or content people or like business owners as I would like to be, but I'm in a pretty good situation right now with housing, so I really can't complain. Another thing that I need to do is just like record myself actually doing work more. I recorded myself doing a couple of videos on me software engineering and like actually doing, some side projects. And although this video probably won't ever see the light of day because it's pretty boring, it's just me staring at my computer screen. It's something that I need to get better at and need to document because I feel like a lot of people are going to be interested in actually seeing what I do in a day-to-day basis, and being able to record that and have that on an actual YouTube video would be cool. I think another thing too that a lot of people forget about is like forgiving yourself as well. So 3 actions to make this happen. Like you're not going to be able to be 100% on all the time, kind of like I said in the beginning of this video, right? You're going to need to be able to give yourself some grace and be able to give yourself like the ability to be okay with messing up and failing. The thing is you have to fail forward though, and that's like giving yourself grace, right? I won't accept myself like not accomplishing a goal or not doing something because I just didn't feel like it, or like, I was really lazy that day, or like, I couldn't be bothered, right? I'm not better than anybody else. And I know that if I don't use my unfair advantages and if I don't, work as hard as I can with the time that I have, I'm not going to succeed to the level that I want. So, I'm giving myself grace, but I'm giving myself grace in the parts of my life that are necessary, Like if I'm stumbling or fumbling for success, that's like fine, right? But if I'm not, then I need to like kind of reconsider and rethink the systems that I'm working with. So in terms of actions to get to my successful business, I need to, avoid distractions. I need to post more content. I need to create more content. Like instead of just posting it and being willy-nilly, like I think that one thing I should have really included here is like actually going out and creating that course. I've been struggling a little bit with like doing bigger projects over like large periods of time. I'm very much in tune with like, let me just record a video, edit it in like 2 days and then get it out there. But I think that like taking your time and taking like months on something is just always going to lead to like a somewhat better product. But I just like putting this stuff out fast. That's why I'm on TikTok. That's why like a lot of my YouTube videos kind of feel a little bit like off the cuff. And that's something that I got to work on. But I know that like as long as I keep on this path, as long as I keep posting, as long as I keep getting better, recording myself, talking to more people, avoiding distractions, I will get to this goal of $100,000 in a business, of 100,000 followers, 100,000 subscribers. Like I am confident that I will. So another thing that Dea talked about in her video is self. So what is the reason that we do really anything in life, right? If we were like, think about if we were like plants or like cells, if we were just like animals that were like made to survive, we would just eat food, we would sleep, and then we would, that would be it. We would just survive, right? But we're not. We're humans. We're complex. We need a reason in order to do the things that we do. And this kind of goes back to that first question. Like, why even ask for more? Why even work towards something? You have to be able to tell yourself, like, this is the reasons of why I want something. This is the reasons of why I'm able to do the things that I want to do, and like why it's worth chasing a dream. So 3 to 5 quotes with what you need to hear and what you need to frequently read. The first quote that I want to say right here, this is from Matthew Crawford, I believe. It says, "Success is to bring in existence in adult terms your childhood dreams." And I don't know about you guys, but I've always wanted to be a creator or a YouTuber or somebody who just makes content or helps people. And that's always something that I've wanted to do. As a kid, I was into art. As a kid, I was into like fixing consoles. I was into playing video games, like watching people play video games, posting myself play video games. I have a video that's 13 years old of me playing Minecraft for the first time somewhere. And, my parents just told me to go the safe route and told me to, study and, get a job. And, that was smart. Like, I don't disagree with them. But I also wish that I just took this seriously a little bit more. I wish I heard this quote a little bit earlier, because My childhood dreams are what I'm trying to accomplish right now. Owning a business is exactly what I wanted as a kid, and like that's what I want. And that kind of leads into my next quote. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This quote is so important. It's from Simon Sinek and it's from his book, Start With Why. I believe that this is the cornerstone of every single business. And if you don't know why you're creating something, then you're just selling a commodity. And a commodity is exactly a bad thing, but it's not really a brand. And a brand is the type of company and the type of business that I want to build because like I could sell posters all day, I could drop ship things all day, but creating a brand, creating something that somebody sees and it's like, wow, that has value, that's awesome. You know, like a live company, I want that to be the thing that people see and people say like, I'm going to learn something here, I'm going to gain something from this content, or I'm going to gain something like using this business or patronizing this business. And the reason why I want to do it is because that was my childhood dream. That's what I've always wanted. And like, I'm somebody who is very passionate and very dedicated to what they do. And I hope that, you know, with what I do, I will actually create a better experience for somebody and, you know, help somebody out because I've always needed that help. I've always needed, you know, somebody to lead me along and actually get me to the levels I wanted to be. And I had my parents and I had my friends, and I just want to provide that for somebody else as well. So that's my why. You know, long-winded, but that's pretty much my why. And then here's another quote from Matthew Crawford. I believe it says, "Craftsmanship means dwelling on a task for a long time and going deeply into it because you just want to get it right." So my dad's a plumber. I've worked in machine shops. Like I love tools. I love technology. And something that, you know, I think that I need to be reminded of is things take time, and learning new skills and getting better at things takes a lot of time. My dad didn't become a master plumber in 5 years. You know, the business that he built, the things that he created, you know, it didn't happen instantly. And I keep thinking that I need to rush myself and like get better and like keep, you know, improving. But knowing that it's going to take a lot of time to get good at something kind of like gives me that calm. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I'm improving and the improvements are always compounding. I'm always getting better. I'm always able to talk to the camera easier next time. I'm always able to come up with a video idea faster and like a better video idea the next time. I think that this quote really just gives me that feeling. It gives me like power to know that it's okay to take time. You know, I think I have another one here. To a paradox in our experience of agency. To be a master of your own stuff also entails being mastered by it. Yeah, like, again, this kind of leads back into the other quote. It's like, it's really hard to not want to get like lost in, you know, technology and like the things that you're using, and like it's okay sometimes to take that time to actually like learn it, but you don't want to be somebody who's like just good at one thing. I feel like that's like kind of what I see with that quote. I want to be somebody who is good at a lot of things. I don't want to be somebody who just remains the best at one skill. I want to give as much as I possibly can and learn as much as I possibly can, because if I can combine two skills together, if I can be somebody who gives, you know, that 1-2 combo of value to somebody, I feel like that can separate me and put me apart. And then finally, just to wrap this up, it's 3 to 5 images of what you need to charge your energy with. I filled this up with images of me in Japan. This was when I was in Nara hanging out with some deer. That was a really good time. I really love Japan and I definitely want to go back. I'm going back next summer. And then I got pictures of food. I love Spanish food. I love traveling. I just love being in new places and trying new things. And food is one of the best things to try when you're traveling, because like experiencing different cultures' food is something that always like makes me so happy and makes me like really appreciate the things that I have and the things that I can share as well. And then right here, I have a picture of me winning a jiu-jitsu competition. I recently got promoted to purple belt, and I'm like really proud of myself for sticking with jiu-jitsu and just like getting better. And it's definitely something that recharges me mentally. It like kind of makes me forget about all the issues that I'm having and just makes me focus on the one thing that I'm doing. Because if I don't, I'm gonna get choked out, you know. And like that's just jiu-jitsu for me. It like recharges me. It's a pretty difficult sport, I'd say. Like it takes a lot of energy and you can sometimes get injured, but for me it really gives me a lot of motivation and makes me want to like do better and chase my dreams and like keep going at it, you know what I mean? Because that's what jiu-jitsu is all about. It's just like improving, getting better, getting to that rank that you want, getting to that submission that you want, and just being persistent and keeping at it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. This is my vision board. I believe that vision boards are really useful, and you know what? I'm going to hang this up on my wall right now just so that I can see it. I need to create a business in which I can teach people the skills that I've learned so far. And I need to do it not immediately, not tomorrow, but I need to do it eventually. And the way that I'm going to do it is by avoiding distractions, consistently posting, and by recording myself doing it. And that's literally what I'm doing right now. So all I can say is, please, if you're interested, check the description down below for an email list sign up. I'm not going to lie, like, this is still a work in progress. I'm still figuring out what the specific topic of the video is going to be, the course is going to be. I believe I'm going to do a course on communication because that's something I really excel at, if you couldn't tell in this video. I love talking to people. I love communicating with coworkers. I love communicating with team members. And I believe that's a skill that I obtained over a long time of, just failing a lot and being embarrassed and kind of putting myself out there, not knowing what was going to occur. And, I learned a lot of lessons from that. And I want to show you guys how to either go the same path that I did or maybe use some skills and systems in order to avoid them. So yeah, that's pretty much my video. I really appreciate you guys watching. This is Matt from the Alive Company. I hope you learned something and have a nice day. Peace.